This is not just a love story. This is a confession, a memory I buried beneath the roots of the jasmine tree where it all began and where it all ended. Annika was the daughter of a powerful governor, raised in the corridors of politics and silence. I, Tayo, was the gardener's son, born among soil and sweat. Our worlds weren't just different, they weren't supposed to touch. But love doesn't obey rules. It began with stolen glances in the garden, her fingers brushing against mine as we tended the same flowers. It grew with whispered poetry under the moon, hearts racing, breath shared. The jasmine tree, tall, ancient, and hidden behind the governor's house, became our meeting place. We carved our names into its bark and vowed to love even if the world turned against us. But her father had other plans. Annika was promised to a wealthy senator's son, an arranged marriage for power and legacy. She begged her father. He beat her. I heard her cries from the garden, but couldn't do anything. I was nothing to them. We made a plan, secret and desperate. We'd run away under the cover of the Harmattan winds, taking nothing but each other. But the night we were to escape, she didn't come. Instead, I saw lights, heard screams, and then silence. I rushed to the jasmine tree, thinking she was waiting there. She was, but not alive. She lay crumpled beneath the tree, eyes open but gone. A letter in her hand, stained in tears and something darker. He found out. I couldn't let him hurt you. I chose to end it before he could make you bleed for loving me. Forgive me. I'll wait for you in the wind. I broke. I screamed. I bled from my fists pounding the tree where we once promised eternity. I almost followed her, but I didn't. Instead, I buried her secretly beneath the jasmine tree, far away from the cold hands of those who never knew love. I left the city that night, carrying only her memory. Years passed. They say time heals all wounds. They lied. One rainy afternoon, I returned to the old house as a man, disguised, unknown. The jasmine tree still stood, but someone else was beneath it. A little girl no older than 7 playing with a doll. She looked up at me and smiled. Mummy said this is her favorite tree. She used to cry here when she was my age. Confused, I knelt and asked, "What's your mummy's name?" "Annika," she said. My heart stopped. Before I could speak, her mother called her from the distance. And when I looked up, it was her, alive, with a long scar on her wrist and another man's hand in hers. She saw me. Our eyes met. And in that moment, I understood. She had faked her death to protect me, but she never expected I'd return. And I never expected to lose her while she lived. Love didn't kill us. Fate did. We weren't Romeo and Juliet. We were worse. We had to live with the memory of what we almost had and the pain of knowing we could never have it again. I couldn't sleep for nights. Her face haunted me, not the girl I once knew, but the woman with pain in her eyes, holding a child that should have been mine. I learned the truth weeks later. Her father had lied to her, told her I'd been killed trying to flee. In panic and pain, she faked her own death with the help of an old midwife, escaped the house, and rebuilt her life in hiding. She thought I was gone forever. I thought she was buried beneath a jasmine tree. We were both living ghosts. I tried to stay away. I really did. But love has a memory stronger than any scar. We met again, this time not as dreamers under the stars, but as two broken people standing under the weight of the past. The first time we spoke, her voice shook. "I didn't know you were alive. Tayo, I mourned you for years." "I died the day I lost you," I replied. but time had changed us. She had a daughter. I had a wound so deep, I wasn't sure how to feel anything again. We tried. We met in secret, again, but not as lovers escaping youth. This time as adults trying to glue back the shattered pieces. Her husband, the man who took her in, knew nothing of her past. When he found out, he became violent, called her a traitor, threatened to take the child. One night, she showed up at my door, bruised, trembling, with her daughter in her arms. That was the night I made a decision I thought I never could. We ran. Not just from her marriage, but from everything that had tried to keep us apart. Her father's power, society's cruelty, even the guilt of what might have been. We faced nights with no shelter and days hiding in quiet villages, but every sunrise, I saw her sleeping beside me again, and somehow, that was enough. Years later, we built a small flower shop in a new town, ironically named Annika's Jasmine. We lived quietly, simply, not rich, not poor, just enough to be free. The little girl, Zara, began calling me Papa without being told. One night, under the moonlight, Annika took my hand and whispered, "They stole so much from us, but they couldn't steal this." I held her, the way I should have years ago. And for the first time since we were kids under that jasmine tree, I knew what peace felt like. We weren't Romeo and Juliet. We lived, we struggled, we lost, and found each other again. And maybe that's even braver than dying for love. We chose to fight for it. Have you ever loved someone so deeply but life kept pulling you apart? Would you have waited like Tayo did? Or moved on? Let's talk about real love, real pain, and what it means to fight for someone. Your story might inspire someone else. Don't hold back.